Senate orders NEMA to assess Onitsha market fire, provide relief to victims. The Senate has directed the National Emergency Management Agency to immediately assess the impact of the recent fire outbreak at Headbridge Market in Onitsha and provide relief materials to affected traders. Lawmakers also called on the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction to collaborate with relevant agencies in designing a special intervention fund to support victims in rebuilding their businesses. The resolution followed a motion of urgent public importance raised by Senator Tony Nwoye, who drew attention to the devastating fire incident. The midnight inferno, which occurred in the early hours of March 21, 2026, gutted the plumbing materials section of the Headbridge Market, located near Ogbo-Ogwu Medicine Market in Onitsha. According to Senator Nwoye, the fire destroyed goods worth millions of naira, affecting an unspecified number of shops and trade. Supporting the motion, Senator Abamoro and Senator Lola Ashiru expressed sympathy with the victims and stressed the need to address recurring causes of fire outbreaks in major markets. They highlighted poor access road, lack of fire safety infrastructure, and overcrowding as key factors. The Deputy Senate President, Jibril Barao, while commending Senator Nwoye for bringing the issue forward, also sympathized with affected traders. Lawmakers say beyond immediate relief, there is an urgent need for long-term safety measures to prevent recurring fire disasters in markets across the country.
Mr. President, I think that when things like this happen, it calls for sober reflection. And it calls for a proper investigation of the incidents with a view to ascertaining the causes and, of course, the consequences of such incidents. And so, it is a standard practice all over the world that the Federal Fire Service is the first responder in all disaster situations. It is equally a standard practice that the responding period to contain disasters arising from fire is a minimum of 3 minutes and a maximum of 5 minutes. And that means that fire stations ordinarily should be constructed in line with this standard.
Even if there are adequate equipment and motorized equipment, when you look at the geography and the planning of Onitsha market, you will discover that it will be exceedingly difficult for fire service vehicle to successfully maneuver to the point of incident. I want to emphasize that our markets grow organically. They grow as if we are planting, we are in a bush. They are never planned. And in particular, Onitsha market is not properly planned.
It knows that the Headbridge Building Materials Market, Onitsha, is one of the largest hubs for building materials in Southeast geopolitical zone. And it was engulfed by a devastating fire outbreak on the night of 20th March 2026 at about 10:30 p.m. Senate also knows that the inferno, according to eyewitness accounts, originated from the section dealing in plastic ties and high-pressure pipes before it rapidly spread to the adjoining plumbing material section of the market. Senate further knows that the fire raged uncontrollably for over 3 days, causing unprecedented destruction before it was eventually subdued through the combined efforts of Federal Fire Service on North local government and local fire service units from Ogidi. Senate observed that the absence of functional fire service outlet and inadequate firefighting infrastructure within the market significantly contributed to the escalation and prolonged duration of incidents. Also observes that the incident led to the destruction of goods and properties valued at over 3 billion naira, including galvanized pipes, brass fittings, water pipes, and other essential building materials.